excuse. A really good excuse. Okay, we are recording and it is Tuesday night. Oh my gosh, the 26th of October. It's the last week of October and November is just a few days away. Christmas is like 6 weeks, a little more.
Yeah. Stop. Just stop.
No, that can't be. I don't get it. It goes fast. It goes fast. But anyway, so who's ready for Christmas?
I'm getting closer, but
I had big plans today to get a Christmas tree out here in the basement, and I was going to pull all my tubs of Christmas stuff out and didn't. So here we are. But anyway, let's
Is that the rain jacket that I got you for your birthday last year?
Did you get this for me?
Yes.
Okay.
It's big. Yep, I did.
I put it on tonight and it's been dry. I thought, I'm losing my mind. I don't remember buying this. Where did I get this? Well, of course I didn't buy it. You bought it. You gave it to me. That's what it was. Okay.
Carrie got me one for my birthday and I like
That's right.
For your birthday.
I almost stood up and said, Teresa, where did I get this? And it's from you. I love it.
It's so fun. It really is. It's very cute. Looks good on you.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Woo.
So we start with a little prayer.
Yes, let's.
Okay. Heavenly Father, thank you for this group of women. Thank you for the amazing Forever Fall retreat that we had and the opportunity to be together, to learn and to grow and just to laugh. Oh my gosh, the laughs. Help us take what we learned and put it into use. Otherwise, we were only entertained. And so be with everybody. I love these women, those on the call and those who aren't. Be with all of them who can't be with us tonight. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Amen.
So you like how I threw that in there, that if you don't use what you learned, you've just been entertained.
We heard that this weekend a couple of times and I'm like, that's so true. And I've been entertained a lot over the years. Lots and lots.
I think there were a lot of things that just kind of smacked you in the face this weekend.
So,
A big face slapping moment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
there were a few.
to hear some of those slapping moments. Susan, you have some queens that you would like to recognize for last week?
Queen is Miss Nora.
Yeah.
She had a $300 and something week, even though she was gone for like,
Yeah, I was gonna say it was what, 2 days really?
2 days of it, and was still the queen. So congratulations, Nora. Yep, and thank you to Tracy for also submitting her summary. And where's the other 80 to 90 people that, that aren't accountable? So I kind of fussed in a little passive aggressive way today, like, hello. But yeah, congratulations, Nora.
Yes, congratulations. And we had one person turn in their summary. Thank you very much, Jenny Hinkle, for being accountable and to yourself more than anything, you guys. And it's a habit. It's called a weekly summary. It's a habit. Anyway, set up a system, a reminder on your phone even to make sure that that's done. It's just, those are the kinds of things that it takes. But anyway, I want to appreciate Jenny, and we did not have a queen for the week. So we're going to change that real quick. And we probably did have some people selling some big things. They just didn't record it. So we don't know. Anyway, Betty may have turned hers in. I still don't know that. I'm not getting your summaries, Betty, but anyway, congratulations to all of you who are working your business. 'Tis the season to really start to focus on, a plan. We posted, both of us, Susan and I both posted some October strategies that were from Mary Kay in Touch. And I'm just going to say this. If your daily discipline does not include 2 additional things, and again, you're a businesswoman, if you're a hobby consultant on here, okay, that's absolutely fine. You love what you're doing, then I love it for you, because Mary Kay can be that for all of us. But most of you who are on here with us or who watch us later really do want to grow your business and you want to make some money, and It's going to take taking it seriously. And so it means doing something in your business every day and having a list and focusing on those things. I'm letting Jenny in. So, and I'd say one of those is to check into our unit webpage every day, our unit group pages. Honestly, and Susan, I know you'll agree with me, this is where we do 90% of our communication. We don't have unit websites anymore. We do some email, but not a ton because people just don't check their emails. I mean, it's just not a number. It is a way to communicate, and it will be a way to communicate, but it's not the number one way. And the number one way really does seem to be on our Facebook group pages. So please check it every day. And you guys, I'm going to start preaching here in a second too. Comment, make remarks. That causes engagement, and engagement causes other people in our unit to see what's being posted. So don't just like something, or don't just look at it and go, okay, cool, and not even comment, not like. Please help us create this format of communication and make it the best that it can be. And it takes all of us, not just me and not just Susan. And I know some of you are wonderful about posting and sharing things and adding and commenting and happy birthdaying and all that kind of stuff. But we can all be better with it. And so I just, that just for whatever it's worth, I just thought that that's something I think that is important for us to develop the teamwork and the esprit de corps and the relationships within our social media unit. Susan, any thoughts?
I agree. Yeah. And I mean, tag each other. You know, I don't know. Today, you can tell the days I'm in social media a lot. Like I posted a whole bunch of stuff today. Really ought to map those out so you get something every day. but did a lot. But no, you're absolutely right. Just kind of, you know, my inbox is just full of ads. I mean, I'll scroll through it and, you know, I'll delete 90% of them. And that's just what email has become. But Facebook is, and Scipio is kind of where we are. So, yep,
Absolutely.
I agree.
Okay. So we're talking French Lick Retreat, and looks like that pretty much everybody's on with us tonight was there. And so Nora, since you mentioned it first, I'm just going to turn it over to you. She's like, thanks. But
okay.
hey, I loved seeing you there. I always love getting a hug from you live and in person. It's been way too long. I just can't believe it's been over 2 years since we've all seen each other out of town, Denise and I, Nora. I mean, it's just, so it was good. It was good to be together again and to see you, and also to see you walk across the stage as the number 7 in the entire big, huge group of women that were there. So
You get hugged by Cindy Williams.
Yeah, that was
cool.
That was awesome. I loved that like not seeing people in little boxes. You were whole people and whole, not just a little face.
Talking heads.
Yeah, it was good.
So what aha moments did you have?
I had, I love Cindy Williams, but this was the first time I've ever seen her in person. So
really?
Yeah, I've never seen her in person. You know, and I follow her on social media and I watch almost all her videos that she posts and training and whatnot. So to hear all the things she says there in person just was, it like a lot of things hit me. And I know there are things that she says all the time, like simplify and you will simply fly, and DNA, do not argue. I'm like, yeah, you're right. But the two things she really said to me, the red jacket training was more than I could have ever imagined, because it was both Linda Tupin and Cindy Williams. I mean, what more could you ask for, right? So that was awesome. Like we could have sat there forever just listening to the two of them talk to each other. But the two things Cindy said that hit me was when it comes to recruiting, it is easier to give birth rather than resurrect the dead. And to just move on, move on. But her final words just really got me very emotional. And she says, every morning that your good father looks down every morning saying you are doing the best you can. And that just put it all in perspective for me that, we're always beating ourselves up. I should be doing more. And I have all these never make it through the whole 6 most important things list. Barely do I make that through every day, but I mean, I make the list, but I never check all 6 things off. And it just made me feel more at peace with where I am in my life and where I am in my business, and that it's okay to just be. And as long as I'm doing a little something every day, then I'm on the right track. So she was very affirming. And then getting a hug from her is the best. So yeah.
Cutie. Just a bundle of energy.
Oh my
Still
gosh.
is.
Yeah.
I can't believe she's 65 and retiring. Because I remember when she was at a leadership, Teresa, I don't know if you remember this, but she was a record breaker. And I remember her kind of getting the cheer going, or what, that was her. We've sat at her feet many times, haven't we?
Many times. And you know, something, I'll just throw this out there that I noticed through the 3 days that we were there, because the directors got an extra day with Linda and Cindy, particularly Cindy. She hasn't changed. She talks about simplification. And one of the reasons and the ways that she keeps it simple is she doesn't change. She's not changed in 32 years. She hasn't changed who she is, her format of skincare class, her passion, her enthusiasm. She just doesn't care that she's not perfect, or that she doesn't have all the words down. It doesn't make any difference. She just taps it out, right? She just taps it out. And that's the way she is. It's the same things that she taught 32 years ago, she's teaching yet today. Those words are come from her, and she just loves on people. She gives them samples. She loves her product. She's passionate about it. She's been loyal to Mary Kay for 40 plus years, and she's real. She's just real, Cindy. And I loved her when we got to see her a lot, and you know, it was just fun to have that, just to see that the woman hadn't changed at all.
Did you catch where she said, I am a facial box? She goes,
Yes.
I am a Facebook post. I'm the living, breathing real deal.
Yeah.
So get out there and be in the light.
Yeah.
I love that. She goes, you can be passionate, but not pushy. You can be confident, but not cocky. Just get out and be with people. When she said, I am a facial box, I thought that was awesome.
It's great. It's great. I mean, when you see Cindy Williams, you see her doing live Facebooks, and she's just giggling herself, and she's just having fun. She just has fun.
Remember she did a clap, clap, jump. Okay, here's my favorite part. Clap, clap. Okay, that's my favorite part. When she talked about, she would go to the closing of the skincare class, and it really was her least favorite part. But she had written in her mark, clap, clap, hop. And can't you just hear? Okay, here's my favorite part.
Yep.
And then it became her favorite part, because she would tell her that. And I was laughing because she said, as a director, she goes, I don't do advanced training. There's no advanced color training. You either need darker or you need more. That's her color training.
Exactly. It's easy.
Really funny.
It's easy. And I remember one of the things, and this goes way back when, but it's so Cindy Williams. Her statement was, her affirmation was, only great things happen to me. She said, only great things happen to me. So when I'm looking for a parking lot, I know that I'm going to find a parking lot right up where I need, because only great things happen for me. You know, when I'm getting ready to call for bookings, I mean, only great things happen to me. So everybody's she just has that presence and personality. That's, like I said, it's just, she's fun, funny, and she's real. She's real.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who wants to go next? Dee Dee. You're muted.
Still muted.
There
Now?
you go. Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. Wow. So there was one thing that Cindy said that busted my chops, and I'm really looking forward to putting this into play. She said, not that this is not always about a why. It's about obedience. And that just really, boom, right in my face. And I believe because I'm learning to be obedient more and more every day, and sometimes take 47 back steps. But I have been trained. I think we've all been trained to know our why. And I think through the years, I have put way too much emphasis on my why, and I've lost my daily activity. So that really gave me some hope. I love that.
I do too. It is. It's obedience.
True.
I love that.
Okay. Betty or Tanya? Oh, Dee Dee got something else?
I was just going to ask if I could be excused. I just got in about 10 minutes ago, so I need to unpack my
Yes,
car.
you may. Thank you.
We
for
excuse you and we
stopping
love
by.
you. Good seeing you,
I had-
honey, and rooming right across the hall from you and Earl.
It was so much fun.
I had so much fun and love seeing everybody.
Glad
All
you're
right.
home safe and sound.
Thank you. Love you.
Okay. Betty, what you got?
Well, I have a couple little things written down that Cindy, her little sayings, I thought was kind of cute. It says the mirror is small, the windshield is large. So stop looking back.
Mhm.
Let's see, and someone else did the DNA. She said that she was too grateful to be hateful. And you can have cash or you can have stuff. So which do you want? Okay. And then a lot of the other things are just things that we have been told over and over and over again that have to hit you in the head that you still don't do.
But it's
Yeah.
good to hear that that doesn't change. The things, the steps to take, the things to do, if we would just do them and
Right.
be obedient to them, they work. They absolutely work. It's just a matter of being obedient, as Denise said.
Right.
Anything else, Betty?
No, that'll be fine. I'll let somebody else do something.
Okay. All right.
Nora, I saw you raise your hand.
Yeah, I had one other thing as I'm scrolling through my notes here. Deanna Manning said, "You're not a tree, move."
I love
Yeah.
that one. I've heard that
It's
before.
like, yeah, that's, I mean, a lot of these you hear them, but you hear them differently
You do.
every time.
Like,
You get
oh,
what you need when you need it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
That's a good one. I like that too.
Yeah.
Awesome. Tanya.
Tanya, you got something?
Yes, I learned a lot in the day that I was there. So it really touched me. Lori Mayfield, I think is her name. She, her why was a little bit, it resembled mine. And I was really happy because I always struggle with my why. Like my why is different from everybody's. I'm embarrassed about my why, or it's not the same as someone else's. So she gave her top 5, and they're pretty much like mine. The money was 1, self-esteem and confidence was 2, rewards and prizes 3, freedom and flexibility is 4, and then believing in the products, the products. So that was her top 5, and I just was excited that somebody else's was kind of like mine, and I was happy about that. Maya Hull, she talked about, I'd rather be crazy. I don't know if anybody else said it before I came on. I'd rather be crazy and living in God's calling than sad and depressed and boring. So I thought, because I get a lot of, people that, they think you're crazy. Oh, it's too good to be true. And they're too excited. It's, it's this and that. But I like excitement. So Maya was also talking about be a good student, be present, show up, and listen and actually be there. And then, is there anybody else that needs to go? Because I had one more thing.
No, good.
Your dream is attached to other people and your faithfulness, and other people are waiting for you to do what God has called you to do. So that's about it.
That was good.
Yeah, Tanya, I agree with you. I really liked, it's funny, I just focused on Cindy, but now that I'm looking back at everybody else's, I liked everything. She had 8 points and every single one of them were just fantastic. I liked the God did not give my calling to anyone but me and not the others' expectations of me. That was like, that was good.
Right.
She had a lot of good stuff.
That is good.
Yeah.
I'll throw a couple in here. Cindy told us on day one, she goes, I never had big goals. She said, I was just obedient to this day. She says, life is hard. Mary Kay is simple. You just find a need and fill it. So I love that. She says, I am unoffendable and I'm undisappointable. I mean, just think unoffendable. And in a day and age where everybody's offended about everything, she goes, I'm unoffendable. And she said, Betty said, I'm too blessed to be stressed, too grateful to be hateful, too anointed to be disappointed. The rest of my life is the best of my life. So that was just a really simple affirmation. Let me see what else here. Figure it out forward. She says, we talk like, oh, I'm just going to fail forward. She goes, no, you're not, you're figuring it out. So figure it out forward. Instead of being frustrated with people, be fascinated. She said, wow, you're just fascinating. That's when I need to start telling people that frustrate me. Open your funnel. Remember her doing this? She said, you've just got to open your funnel to receive the blessings, because if you got them closed up, there's nowhere for them to go. Just simple stuff. She said that she sold like $10,000 in gifts at Christmas time. She had an executive gift service and she only sells body care. Because she goes, first of all, I don't want to have to get back together with somebody to match their foundation, and color just scares me. So she says, I just did body care. And I'm going to find what she says about that. Let me click over here. She said that at the holidays, she'll call the husband. She'll say, hey, I know what women want. All I need is the price range. So what's it worth to you when she's really, really happy? So she said, when she's really, really happy. So she sold 100 gifts at $100. And that's $10,000. And she said she put $85 of it into product, which was always just body care, and $15 in packaging, because she goes, I would make it beautiful. When she didn't have a lot of money, she would go take the leaves off the tree and she'd spray paint them gold and silver. And she'd fill the basket with leaves that cost her nothing. And she just finds out from the guy, is she a shower or a bath person? And so she says, it takes special courage to do gift sales. So, she just said, you kind of buck up and focus on body care. $100 to 100 people. I mean, that sounds like, oh my gosh, but y'all know 500, 600 people, so I just thought that was really simple. What else? I don't know, let somebody else go for just a second. Teresa, what you got?
Well, one of the things, and we heard this on Director's Day, and I thought it was kind of cool. I'd never heard this before. There's and I don't remember which director to give it credit to. You probably will, Susan. She sells a ton of Voluform because she puts Voluform on one side and she does 3D on the other. And so they've got a choice between the Premier and the 3D, but she sells so much more Voluform because she puts it on their face, and she calls it Voluform, not repair. And man, that was like, whoa, hello, that makes all kinds of sense. Don't call it a repair, call it Voluform. That sounds so much better than, oh God, I need to be repaired. So
yeah, that's true. That was Liz Whitehouse from.
That was okay. I knew that you would know who that was.
Yeah.
And then when we were talking about, you all were talking about my hull, and this too, we all know this, but sometimes I have to be affirmed of this too. Words have a life. Be careful what you say. Boy, and most of the time it's be careful what you say to yourself, and what are you saying to yourself, and be careful what you're repeating. My hull, she was just amazing. And the 8 points, and I'm going to blurt them out real fast because I thought they were just powerful. Be a good student and be present. Laura said that. Stop waiting for others to validate you. That's a biggie. Don't give up when you're on a low. Others are impacted by you. And boy, sometimes we just don't have a clue how many people we actually are impacting and can impact depending on the impact that we're making, of course. Momentum is powerful. God did not give your calling to anyone else. Stop doubting when you miss a goal. Let your children be your reason, and take a Sabbath. And I thought that take a Sabbath, she takes a Sabbath on Fridays every week, and that's her day for her family, for herself, to rejuvenate. And so take a Sabbath. You deserve it. And I love that. But I love too, when you think about that taking a Sabbath is in her schedule. And I think that's so important to realize that if you don't have a schedule and you don't have it planned out, when is your Sabbath? When is your time with your family? When is the time for you to work? When is the time for you to not work? When do you flip the switch and go, I'm done? Okay. And so be really thinking about making sure that you're on a schedule. I love this. At night, you're the boss. And so the boss makes out the schedule for the next day, right? What's the 6 most important things to do list? But in the morning, you're the employee, and your job is to check things off of the list that the boss gave you the night before. I love that. And then 2 things. Jessica Merriman is a consultant, soon to be director in our area group. I'm not even sure who her senior is, but she's been around us because she's from Southern Indiana. I've known her for years. And she was a sales director, became a sales director very quickly after she became a consultant. And she was a good director, a car winning director for, I think, maybe 6 years. And then she went through a really bad divorce and has a son who has a very serious kidney ailment that he has to go in the hospital a lot. He's had to be on dialysis. He's had to be all kinds of special treatments. I don't even know the name of it. I just know that it's been scary, but he's doing well, and he's growing up, and that's good. But so she went through a divorce. She's a single mom raising a son that needs a lot of attention. And she decided that Mary Kay would be her only income. And so she worked it really hard. And for the last 3 years, she has been the #1 queen of sales in our seminar. And this year, she was not only the #1 in our seminar, but she was also the #1 in the entire company in queen of sales, retail sales. And Nora, do you know what that number might be? You probably are a little bit more attuned to it. It's over 100,000.
Oh, it's way over 100,000,
Way over.
way over. Because I know a few years ago, I asked one of the queens and she said, oh, at least 150. Like she wasn't even going to tell me her numbers, but it was well over 150. I'm like,
Wow. I mean,
wow.
Wow, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And-
So it just shows you that if you focus on your business and make it your business, that it can. And so she just made it her business to be her business and make money off of it. Now she's taking her son to Disney World for the 2nd time in 6 months on Mary Kay. She's finishing up, she just won a car. She's finishing up directorship. And I admire her. I admire her focus, her discipline, her love for this business, her passion. And then the last thing I'm going to say is stay tuned for Brenda Howell. I don't know exactly when she will be coming on, but we met with her in the hall for a while at the retreat. And she has a remarkable program to share with all of us that we got really excited about, that I think could make a huge difference in your business. And it's just a way to track your customers and your communication with your customers that is outstanding. And she taught it there. Everybody who went, you will have a recording of everything, I think, not just your class. So you want to see, which class did she teach? Susan, do you remember?
Who, Brenda?
Yeah.
I think she just taught the consultants.
Not new
I'm
and
not
not
sure.
red or something. Yeah. But anyway,
Yeah.
so be
So
sure.
those are the best classes in my, like, we were running behind. We'd had Cindy and Linda, the day before. We got them little snippets now and then, but then we ran into Brenda in the hallway and we talked to her for 30 minutes. I mean, that was that was awesome. We were where we were supposed to be because we needed to
We
hear
were.
that. That was good.
Absolutely, we were.
I'm going to wrap up with a couple things. Cindy said, if you've got good news, tell everybody. If you got bad news, only tell someone who can really make a difference. You know, you don't dump it on people. You go out and you focus on other people. She says, you don't have to be the one most likely to succeed. Just be the one most likely not to quit, which I thought was great. And I'm going to wrap up with a tradition that we do every Halloween with a little inspiration from Ann Vertel. You know which one this is. It's a lesson from little ones. It's Halloween memories. Okay, if you've heard this a million times, just hear it again. It's always awesome. She says, I remember the first time I was allowed to go out trick-or-treating on Halloween night with just my friends. Of course, I'm sure my dad was following along at a safe distance, but he'll neither confirm nor deny that accusation. Our mission was a singular one: get as much candy as possible in the shortest amount of time. In other words, I wanted my big plastic orange pumpkin overflowing with goodies. We literally ran from house to house as we scoured our neighborhood intent upon our goal. On occasion, we approached a house, rang the bell, and nothing happened. The lights were on, but no one answered the door. Put in that situation, what do most kids do? They move on to the next house. Come on, let's go. And they're headed down the block. They don't stop for a second to wonder why the owners didn't answer the door. They don't take it personally. They don't think that they're wearing the wrong costume. They don't walk around the house peering in the window trying to see why the owners didn't answer the doorbell. They don't sit down on the front step and pout. And can you even imagine that they would just quit and go home? No way. You see, kids are neat people to observe with regard to how they handle rejection. It just never occurs to them that the rejection is about them. And why? Because it's not. Kids have a unique ability to observe the world just the way it is. As we grow up, our self-esteem takes a few hits and we start to think that everything that happens to us is about us. It's not. When you hear no thanks, I'm not interested, it's not for me, I don't like selling, please don't ever call me again for any reason whatsoever, it is about them, not you, and not the opportunity you have to offer. Run to the next house and the next one and the next one, because that's where the candy is. Remember, your goal is a full plastic pumpkin, and you don't care which houses or how many houses it takes to make that happen. I love it.
I love that.
So that's just a reminder that tomorrow is the day that we have to make sure all of our show me the money entries are in. They'll do the drawing on Thursday. Nora won. I think it was one this month. But you know what? You're one more than anybody else in our unit. So I'll keep paying for us to be in it, but only if we get some people, taking advantage of it. So utilize what we have and let's get out there and share with people. And today you could order these, right? For men and for women. That's the cute little fragrance sets and there's no limit. So let's finish up strong. Got a couple days left.
I just want to say something really quick.
Yeah.
Linda Tupin's daughter, I think it is Elizabeth.
Yes.
Elizabeth Tupin was saying she gets so many rejections a day. But she keeps going, and that meant a lot to me too. She gets a lot of rejections, but she just keeps going. If she gets a no, she keeps going. And she was like, I get so many rejections per day or something.
So many
that.
no's.
So many no's, yeah. And she keeps going. So she's up there and she's like, don't worry about the rejections, just keep going. So it gets hard sometimes. So I just want to say that mean a lot to me.
Somebody once asked, I remember Linda or somebody that said, how do you do this or how'd you get where you are? And they said, I've had more no's than you. That's the only difference. I've just heard no a whole lot more.
Oh, wow.
The people at the top have the bloodiest knees. And that's the truth. I mean, you're going to get scraped up a little bit, but how many people do you hear now speak and say, I'm so glad she didn't give up on me. I'm so glad she asked me the 13th time to come to a meeting or to do something. You hear those kinds of stories that say, I'm glad she didn't quit. I'm glad, I told her no. I'm glad she didn't quit. So I heard an old tape years ago. It was called Hooray for the No's. And it was by some some sales trainer, and he said, when you get a no, that's a good thing because it means you're asking. So get another no and get another no and get another no. Keep asking, you know, and count the no's up and have fun with that, because you're going to eventually get yeses. You won't get yeses unless you're getting no's. So you guys, let's finish up strong.
Laura,
Oh,
Laura's
yes.
got something here.
Go ahead.
Let's say I have one thing.
Oh.
I remember when I was in Jersey, Deborah Bina had a challenge for us to get 100 no's. And that we had a chart and everything. You had to keep track. And you were almost disappointed when somebody said yes. I was like,
Dang
no,
it.
I need more no's. But I wanted to say one last thing, and it was from Maya Hall, that she said, it looks effortlessly, works effortlessly, but it's not without effort. So that, I think that's what we have to keep in mind. You know, it looks easy, but you still have to do it. It's still work. You have to do it.
You do.
I want somebody to post those 7 things. I don't know if I'd gone out to blow my nose or what, but I didn't write any of them down. Of those 7. So somebody post those. Those are really good.
We'll do
Let's
that.
finish strong. Let's have a good October.
All right. Love you guys.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.